How you guys doing? My name is Felipe, the business the builder. You know what's poppin'. Anyways, the topic that I will be talking about is about coronavirus and our climate environment change. As we all know, coronavirus is transmittable through the air, so we must stay cautious, wear a mask, or just stay home. Stay home, and you're not going to get affected by this virus. Um, Scientists still don't know if the air pollution is a big risk of getting it, or if it make the symptoms worse. So we don't know if our air pollution nowadays is making this coronavirus worse. So stay home for now. Just chill out and stay home. If you gotta go out, just remember to wear a mask and protect yourself, hand sanitizer, gloves, anything you can use just to not get infected. Okay, let's continue. Um, it's more likely that people who are exposed to more air pollution are going to get far worse infected. Um, but also who have breathing problems or smoke, they also are highly, 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 highly exposed to getting virus. Um, Look, air pollution has to do with a lot of people with breathing problem as pneumonia. I don't know if I said it right, but pneumonia and other breathing problems, and getting sicker when they do get pneumonia. So if they already got pneumonia and they get sick, that's just terrible. That's just bad. Where was that? Where was that? I lost my. Okay, there's a lot of places with air pollution, and we must pay attention to those people who are more exposed or vulnerable to the air pollution, as the homeless people. You know, homeless people don't have protection. They don't have any aids. They don't have no um, health insurance. So if they get sick and die, nothing can do nothing about it, and that's the sad thing, really. Um, those homeless people must really be taken care of right now because they're way more exposed than me or than everybody else in the house with essentials, food, and everything. They don't even have money to get food, so they out there in the streets asking for money and taking the risk of getting infected, and we must take care of that. Um, we still don't know if the warmer the weather is, would it spread the coronavirus slower. So scientists saying that they don't have a sense of it yet, but they do know that they must take care of this disease, and they're just telling us to social distance and have good hand hygiene and just take precautions. It's just a really serious situation we are going through. Um, okay, climate change has already made conditions. It can either spread some other diseases or risking everything. But um, climate change already made it worse for all of us. Like we already had symptoms as Lyme, waterborne diseases such as Bidrio, um, periomoliticus. I don't know how you say that right, so don't judge me. My English is not A1. but it causes vomiting and diarrhea. And we all know about mosquitoes carrying diseases as dengue and the Zika. So we already had viruses going on. And hopefully the government comes up with a cure really really fast, and hopefully they take care of us, and hopefully we 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 back in track and praying for the best for all of us really. Um, okay. This is a question I think is really interesting. Is the U.S. government doing enough to prevent the spread of this virus? Um, our elected president should prod should be focusing and invest more in our public health. Um, we all know that South Korea has been tested for 1,200,000 to 15,000 people with coronavirus, and or they're just being tested to have it not. And the United States are doing that right now, but they're not doing it like as a mandatory checkup. They should make a mandatory checkup because we don't know who got it. You can be right by my side. You got it. You get me sick. What I'm gonna do about that? I get sick and I die. What's gonna happen? Nothing gonna happen. So, and we can't sue either because the court is closed. So, it's really messed up situation. The public health have been funding the U.S. government throughout the years, and it's been going down. And efforts were made to dismantle pandemic responses, despite the high knowing of the risk of the pandemic from being emerging infectious diseases. There are few tangible resources and few experts who know how to deal with this type of crisis that we all going through. The government's in a position of playing catch up because we have unfunded the public health infrastructure that is necessary to respond to this pandemic. So we really must, the government got to do something. We all need the cure ASAP, and I think they just playing with us because the world, there's too many people on this earth, so I don't think they're really trying to save every single one, if you know what I'm trying to say. It says that the government has spent more than $1 trillion to deal with this situation. Now that's a lot of money, and I think they're just playing with us really. We can't work, first of all. We're not making any money. We can't pay bills. How are we supposed to pay our bills if we can't work? But they still getting our taxes. We still gotta pay taxes. And we buying food. People just going crazy on this. The government has spread out so many information on this situation, and people just going crazy based on that, based on the news. But they don't do enough research because they just seen somebody talking about it. They just gonna go crazy, going to the store and buy more stuff. But they don't know that the government trying to make them spend money so they can get richer. And I think just the government just trying to play with us really. I don't really think the government's trying to save us 100%. It's just how the government is. The government is fraud, really. But this is not the topic that we're going to talk about. How can we take action to prevent any future outbreaks? In my opinion, to prevent any other outbreaks in the future. Just be careful and take care of this world that we have. It's the only place to live. And throughout the years, mankind just been destroying it. Boats, cars, all type of stuff, contaminating the water and throwing out trash in the grass. Um, sorry, and killing animals and stuff like that. Like at one point, the the world's gonna say stop. I can't do it no more, and you know. And I think we really must take care of this planet that we have because it's the only place to live in, really. Like, we gotta realize that, and people don't realize that, you know? And climate action, like, we just gotta take care of our pollution, our air, like, that's what we breathe in. Like, we breathe toxic every single day, and now there's a virus going on, and now we gotta wear masks. Like, how that make you feel? Ask that question to yourself. It's just crazy situation we all going through right now. It's not good. Um, is coronavirus killing people now, or climate change is killing people? Uh, I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. Sorry for that. But um, infectious diseases are scary because they intimidate any personal situation, any person that already got conditions or health conditions, and there's a disease going on that you're gonna go paranoid. Okay, and I think it's really dangerous for that. And climate change seems to many like an Armageddon in slow motion. It dangers anything we can do. We can easily think it then cause this, because who within the climate will kill us, you know? We can learn from this pandemic, and you know, and hopefully we don't go through a pandemic again. Um, yeah. Look, I'm gonna speak my mind off. I did my research, and all I just seen about how coronavirus is just decreasing in money economics. And I know I'm supposed to talk about the climate, but this is a serious talk. Like, this is serious, and most of the people not realizing that if the government keep doing this, they're gonna shut us down, and we will have nothing to fight for. And we must realize now, ASAP, while we can, to take this time and realize, sit down and think about our future. Think about the kids that are growing up. Think about the babies that are coming up to this world. Okay, there's babies being born. The whole world is being overpopulated. If you really think about it, the government is really trying to decrease the population that we have. Like, the United States government have meetings with other governments of the other world, so they had to come up with something, and you know, I think they just trying to kill us. I can't really. This climate stuff is serious, but the government just seems fishy. It's just not right. Something's not right. And what we doing about it? Like, we not fighting. We just at home. Like, there's been doctors saying that this coronavirus is not even the right virus. Okay, let me explain that better. Doctors are trying to prove people that the virus that we got going on is not being treated the right way, because this might be not the right virus. Okay, there's been a doctor that says that there was a patient with pneumonia. All right, the patient had pneumonia, and he got positive for corona. Right, like, he was tested for corona. He had coronavirus, but he had pneumonia. So what they did was give him the treatment of pneumonia, and the patient still died. How come if the coronavirus give you one type of symptom and they treat that symptom, the patient still dies? Like, how possible? Like, how's that possible? You know? And I think it's really serious. And I know we're supposed to talk about the climate, but everything's our climate. Everything's around us is our environment, and this is what's going on right now. And I just pray for the best, and hopefully we be over this and go through it and keep moving forward, and just being more careful with what we're doing. Let me just tell. I got something that it wasn't for this speech, but I'ma still say it because I'm already halfway through. It's been 17 minutes, so where's it at? It's not here. Okay. Now that's a bad thing. Coronavirus bringing up stuff being transmittable through the air, but also I think the coronavirus is trying to give the world a break. Like a little breather. Like the air pollution has been decreasing ever since we stayed at home. And I think the world's just trying to make us realize that we must take care of it. Like, look, L.A., New York, and Milan and Manila. Those are top 4 with air pollution. Okay, those are top 4. And recently, scientists says that pollution have dropped drastically in a matter of time. So if you really think about it, coronavirus, yes, it's a virus. Yes, it can kill us and other stuff, but it's also trying to help out the world. Let's see. But I'm going over this, and it's been 20 minutes already, and I wanna be finished with this. I wanna be over with. I think that would be it. If it's not enough, Ms. Muhammad, then I tried my best. I really did my best. I wasn't even paying attention to my script. I was just speaking off my mind, cause this is nonsense. Like really, this is nonsense, man. It's like if you think about it, like the government is so fishy. Like they've been doing this already. Like coronavirus was in animals in China, and they been had take care of that, and now it's on us. How can you explain that? How can the government explain that? The vice president saying that help's gonna be on its way. It's been 4 months already since the coronavirus. It's been 4 months. January, February, May, April. So just hope for the best. That's it.